Okay guys, welcome to the live. We just went live right now. I'm gonna edit some settings while we're getting warmed up and settled in our seats here. I don't know what that was. Okay, so how are we looking here? This is the horizontal stream and the, I believe, the vertical. Okay, I got both up. I'm gonna change my settings to subscriber only because people are nuts from the left, and they love saying all kinds of crazy stuff. So we're gonna edit that stuff out right now, dial it in, subscriber only, and boom, boom, boom. We're dialed in, guys. Welcome to the live. I'm gonna get it started so that we can go live on on Instagram as well in just a moment. Give me 1 second here. We'll get this started. Gonna look at some of your, gonna try to get the chat there in that screen, and away we go. Welcome to the live on Instagram now. We're now live on Instagram as well. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you guys. We just got this thing started up and we're getting warmed up here. So let's go to our YouTube page real quick. I want to show you guys this. This just happened in Beirut. So I'm keeping an eye out on these live cams. And I just got this in Beirut. So if I go back a little bit, you're going to see, watch this. This is live. And if let me just adjust something else here. Okay, there we go. And over here as well. Beautiful. I'm gonna go back. You're gonna see, I was just watching this right before I went on live right now. And watch this. This just happened, right? Let me see where this happened. I'm trying to find it for you guys, but they literally just had some explosion go off in Beirut live right here. I think it's here. It's on the top left of the screen. So I got a few things. We're going to also go through Instagram and look at a few videos. So Beirut just got hit with something. Trying to find it here. I'm scrolling through. I'm scrubbing. Oh. What is that in the sky? No. Almost there. Let me see. I think Lookner will be showing it. Let me see here. He probably is showing it.
Easy.
Let's see.
This one up. What I'm gonna do is put this one up. No.
Give me a second, guys. Still trying to find this here.
Okay. Now let me, it's too loud.
Well, I tried to find that for you guys, but it's all good. It was just a big explosion right in the center of your screen up top and in the top left. So it's happening live as we speak. I'm going to keep these videos going live so we can watch those as well. Thank you guys for joining on Instagram. Good to have you guys. Magba Khamenei, Magba Jamhuriya Islami, and Javid Shah.
Hold on a moment. Everything
and let's
is so
go.
Loud. Turn some stuff down.
Noam got fired. That's someone is saying Noam got fired. Let's see, is that real? Trump fires Noam. Wow, that is real. That just happened. Holy cow. There we go. Let's pull that up for you guys. See if that's see if we have any
sorry,
kind
it's
of
so noisy. Keep an eye on the cameras. Cameras are moving around. Camera's moving around now. Camera's moving. Camera is moving. Let me see what I can find out about that explosion there in Lebanon that we just saw a short while ago.
All right, so we're keeping an eye on that, and
the appointment of, or the nomination, I should say, not personal, but
Mullins of Oklahoma.
That's right. He's a Republican from Oklahoma. Served in the House. Serves now in the Senate. He is
what's up,
well
AJ?
liked by colleagues.
What up, William?
He is a prolific presence on television.
Kiss my booty, Iran clerk, terrorist regime. Yes, Squasley, that's true.
For him as well.
Good to have you guys. Welcome to the stream.
And he told our Alan Key earlier this morning.
Also of all the American people. You know, the Declaration of Independent states that governments derive their powers from the consent of the governed, which is the people. The people give us the right to do our jobs each and every day. And as long as this world is fractured and as long as human nature is fallen, we will need brave men and women who step up and serve and enforce our rights and our laws and our values. And that's what all of you do in this room with your colleagues. The heroism was on full display this last week when we saw the attack in Austin, Texas, and we saw that the first responders that helped protected people and more lives there were our law enforcement that responded immediately. Instead of running away, they ran to it. And though we lost 3 lives and saw many other people injured, they prevented so many other lives from being lost. We're very grateful.
AJ, just want to say, you are on the vertical. If you guys are on the horizontal stream, you're welcome to go to the vertical. We got 2 streams, so we have more people on the vertical one. So if you're trying to do more live chatting with other people, we have a lot more on the YouTube vertical stream. But glad to have you guys. Thanks for joining on Instagram and YouTube. And we are looking at Kristi Noem. Just got fired, I guess, or got removed from her position by Trump. Trump has removed Kristi Noem, guys.
That they are willing to do that and to serve in such a way. In fact, it reminded me of the quote that is often attributed to George Orwell that states, "People sleep peacefully in their beds at night only because rough men stand ready to do violence on their behalves."
You guys know who Orwell is? Anybody know who Orwell is? This should be an easy one, guys. Easy question.
Which means you step up in order to protect people, and you do it in a way that other people often are never going to be required to. When tragedy...
William says, Rep America, when this is all done, we should have a beer in Iran with the beautiful people of Iran. I can't wait, buddy, and you hit it right on the head. That is what we should exactly do, is go and celebrate in Iran. I'd be happy to host you guys, bro. Be happy to host you guys out there. And then I also have Up Down Trader said 1984, British writer John S.L. Yeah, that is correct. 1984, sir. That is absolutely right. Appreciate you guys. Everyone on Instagram also is agreeing with you, William Byrne. They want to join us as well in Iran. So we will celebrate together, guys. Let's go. This is Kristi Noem. I want to see, is this her after she knows that she's no longer in her position? We're trying to figure this out. Let's go.
Tragedies like what we saw in Austin take place, it's your leadership and it's your decision making that make all the difference. You use judgment, and we entrust.
Of the situation in Minneapolis where 2 American citizens were killed. Okay, Nancy, stand by if you can, because the secretary is speaking in Nashville. Let's go ahead and listen to a little bit.
We also cover FEMA. FEMA is a disaster response agency, but it also is the agency that's entrusted to run the government on our very worst day. If we had a tragedy in this country where we needed someone to step up because our leadership was not able to, that agency would be entrusted to do that and to maintain our critical infrastructure. So
I love it. Up, down traders is absolutely right. He says the left would love to be in control like 1984. Those of you that don't know what that is, it's a book by Orwell. that explains what his, it's a book he wrote that, explains something about communism and socialism and what comes out of that. If you let it perpetuate out and go out, what would happen? And we're talking about cameras on people, controlling people, and all watching every move. And anyway, the left would love to control everyone and be dictators in a way where they fully control you and don't let you say a word that they don't like. You're absolutely right, sir. Let's keep going.
So they ensure that they go forward and maintain our electrical grid and our critical infrastructure such as water and systems that we rely on every day to help the American people be safe and to still have their way of life. We also have CISA, which some of you may have worked with them, which is our cybersecurity agency, which goes out and not only hunts down bad actors that would attack us on our cyber systems, but also gives us mitigation measures for.
Okay, let's get a little update from Tusi on Iran real quick. So DHS secretary is out, and we have a new person in her place. And let me show you what that person looks like. That is this person right here, which is incredible. This guy is fantastic in what he does. That's an interesting new pick. I'm gonna pull up some videos of him just after we get a minor update from Tusi on Iran.
12 of the neighboring and regional countries. There is a lot to cover in this live stream. We're also going to go to Beirut in Lebanon as the Israeli Defense Forces continue to target the IRGC Hezbollah wing as well as the other militants. And a number of videos coming in. The Italian government and Giorgia Meloni has confirmed that they will be sending more defense capabilities and troops to the region to help counter the attacks coming from the IRGC. Meanwhile, in the United Kingdom, Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister, has decided to attack President Trump.
So there you have it, guys. Italy is joining and helping out with our kind of strikes in the Middle East. And now you got Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer, guys, if you don't know, he is the person that's leading the UK. And he is the prime minister. He's the person in charge of the UK right now, and he is basically like the liberal president, if you would, for America. He's that for the UK. So he's the liberal president of the UK. If that helps you understand that better, he has come out and said he's not going to help America, which goes against everything the British have ever done for the history of all of both of our countries. They've always helped us. We've always been into these things together. And from what I recall, this is like the very first time we're not going to be doing that as a result of a weak beta loser name. His name is Keir Starmer, the guy leading UK right now.
And claiming that...
And now, apparently, from what Tusi is saying, he's attacking Trump.
Trump is causing chaos in the world, in the region, in the world, and saying that Britain is not going to get involved. Obviously, at this point, every single country is supporting its allies and their own citizens in the Middle East. But the Brits have decided to say no, thank you, of course, in fear of offending the Islamic Republic and their supporters in Britain. So we have our...
Sorry. Random, what's up, bud? Good to have you, bro. I missed you on a couple lives. We've been doing some late night ones and stuff. But you're exactly right. We don't need them anyway, buddy. We don't need them anyway. Exactly. We don't. We're good, bro. Let's sit this one out. How about you and France just sit this one out and don't get your panties in a bunch. We got this, bro. We're good. Just keep track of your panties. Make sure, you don't get them all jacked up. We got it.
Live feed from Beirut. You can see smoke coming out. We just had a recent strike by the Israelis.
Yeah, this Beirut just got attacked, and it just got attacked again. I was watching the live feed before I came on, and they just actually literally struck again in the nighttime. So right now is daytime for us, is nighttime for them, and they just got struck. So let's take a look. Let me look at my webcam real quick and see if we could find something there. Looks like something small in the distance in his thing. Let's go to his live here And then we'll go to my live cam. Where's my live cam? Here's my live cam here. We got Beirut in the top, Tel Aviv in the bottom. Tel Aviv, guys, that's Israel. So we got Israel and Lebanon. And so far, let's see. Let me hit play on this. Let's go live. Okay, so we keep an eye on this stuff, and we're looking at Jared Luckner. I'm sorry, Steve Luckner. And so far, he's just kind of covering. Okay, let's keep going.
There's also been massive evacuations over the last couple of hours. But first, let's go to Azerbaijan. Yeah, that is now the latest victim of the IRGC. It's interesting because there were no US bases where they hid in Azerbaijan, but they thought it's probably a good idea to just go crazy at this point. So they are attacking every single country in the region. Let's go to the video of the moment of the explosion in the Nakhchivan Evan airport in Azerbaijan, and then we'll come back. There we go. As I said, there were no US bases located there, and the Defense Ministry of Azerbaijan has said that Iran's attack on our airport will not go unanswered. So we are now expecting the Azeris to also retaliate against the IRGC. This is the aftermath of the airport.
So, guys, two things are happening. Either the Iranians, the Islamic regime, has very bad equipment and very bad technology and very bad aim, or when these missiles are going up, they're being shot down and they're ending up in these locations. Or they have good aim, good technology, nobody shot them down, and these idiots are randomly attacking some other countries for no reason. For no reason, bro. Who knows which? I don't know which one it is.
Someone says in the live chat, is Starmer going to surrender to the IRGC? He already has.
Someone in the chat says, imagine being a MAGA supporter in 2026. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, you actually said it right. We're ha ha haing because it's amazing being a MAGA supporter. Everything that's happening right now is exactly what all of us MAGA supporters voted for. It is a ha ha ha. Oh, it's actually really good. It's really good. MAGA and MIGA, bro. Yes. Make Iran great and make America great. I love it, baby. Let's go.
Now, the British government, 2 nights ago, was it last night or 2 nights ago? 2 nights ago, right? Keir Starmer was hanging out with the IRGC's proxies in the Houses of Parliament. The ambassador of the Palestinian movement was there, and they were very touchy-feely as well. While the rest of the European countries and, of course, the United States and everybody else and the Arabs have been working hard together to coordinate a defensive strategy against the IRGC's insane targeting of their civilians. But the USS Abraham Lincoln have released a new video the moment earlier today that the fighter jets took off from their aircraft carrier on their way to Iran.
Man, I could watch these all day long. This is so cool.
Later tonight, we are expecting a press conference by Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, which will be, I believe, 3:30 Eastern Time or 4:30 Eastern Time. We'll keep you guys posted, and we will go live from that press conference. Obviously, the fighter jets went towards Iran, and this is the result. in the capital, Tehran.
That's right, David. Trump and Trump only, sir. You're exactly right. People are talking about this is another 20-year war and this, that, and the other. And no, it's not. It's not another 20-year war. Nice try, though. And someone else says, either you're dumb or Jewish, LMFAO. Ha ha. Yeah, I'm not Jewish. I'm not Muslim. And this is, like I said, this is exactly what we voted for. And the beauty about Trump is he follows through with what he said, unlike all the other presidents. He actually does what he said, and we're watching it, and it's a best. And even against all of the pressure from all different sides, he still does what he said he's going to do, what we voted for. He does it, and that's a beautiful thing. And he does what he said to the Iranian people. He told them that if the government kills them, the innocent people, he's going to back them up. And he's doing exactly that. AJ, good to see you, bro.
Yeah.
See you later, AJ. See you, bro.
Many IRGC positions have been hit again. They've been completely paralyzed in Tehran.
Look at this.
There we go.
Look at this.
Now, of course, these were not done by the
Wow.
F-35s. The F-35s have been busy doing defense against the drones and everything else. More from Tehran. Now, also in Khorramabad, we had a huge number of mid-ranking IRGC leaders that decided to obviously leave the capital, go towards Khorramabad and hide.
Guys, we just got Benjamin Netanyahu entered the chat. What's up, buddy? Love what you're doing out there, man. Keep up the good work, buddy. Thank you for helping liberate the Iranian people. Thank you for helping them out, man. They were out there trying to get their country back. Nobody was helping. Finally, two countries came to help the Iranians become liberated from this tyrannical regime that was crushing them. Imagine being in a country where your own government is killing you. That's crazy, man. Crazy, crazy. Thank you to America and Israel. Thank you to Trump and Netanyahu for helping out. Thank you. Thank you.
In that region. But of course, the Israelis, with their intelligence, managed to discover where they are positioned, and they have now gone boom, boom. This is the Islamic Republic state media. We probably don't need the music in the background. It's slightly unnecessary. Dramatic scenes by the IRGC media. All the IRGC members have been targeted in this place. Now they're going to give away more martyrs ceremonies over the next few days. Huge targeted attacks by the Israelis in Khorramabad. Now, let's quickly go to the Prime Minister of Italia. Giorgia Meloni has now confirmed that Italy is deploying their troops towards the Middle East.
Here we go.
Specifically, of course, to help with the air defense against the IRGC Navy and the IRGC drones and ballistic missiles. There is a statement we actually do have from the Defense Ministry from Italy, which we're going to go to in a second. Yeah, so the Defense Minister has said, we will deploy a multi-domain force in the Middle East with air defense systems against the drones and the missiles. Together with the Spanish and the French, we will bring assistance to Cyprus and the region. A massive fire right now in Bahrain. Bahrain is under attack once again, but let's quickly double check the developments in Beirut as well, because I think there might be another round of attacks over there. Okay, let's stay here for a second because what happened to the... Okay, stay 1 second, guys. We're trying to get some more verified information. That's just coming in. And then we're going to go to the British Prime Minister as well, because Keir Starmer's done a speech earlier today attacking his own allies, which is not really a surprise these days, and including the Americans, saying we will not fight against the IRGC, despite promises, by the way, because the British government did make a promise to defend its allies and its citizens in the region.
Yeah, so UK again, guys. UK is got their tail between their legs. They are being run by a bunch of pansies, and they really don't have the guts to stand up and stand by their United States allies, their best friends that they've had their whole lives. They just dropped them. They dropped them, and it's sad to see. But they're afraid to offend their new Muslim friends. So in their fear of offending their new Muslim friends, they are not helping the United States now. So that's what's happened. And it's sad to see, and it's going to be something that the whole world's going to remember. And we're going to see how that plays out. But Keir Starmer, I want to play a video of him, but every time I look at his face, it just... it's just sad. It's hard to watch. It's hard to look at his face without laughing. He's just he looks like he's pooping his pants every 2 seconds.
Region, but they have decided to change their mind after spending the other night in Parliament hosting iftar for Ramadan with the Palestinians. Seems like there's been a decision to make a bit of a U-turn after speaking to the Palestinian ambassador. All right, so let's quickly go to Keir Starmer and his speech attacking the president.
While the region has been plunged into chaos.
Look at this beta, bro.
Beta male.
We got JLP on the soundboard again, guys. It's up.
Beta male.
Beta male. Look at this dude.
My focus is providing calm, level-headed leadership in the national interest. That means deploying our military and diplomatic strength to protect our people. And it means having the strength to stand firm by our values and our principles, no matter the pressure.
Somebody in the chat is saying, how about stop bombing every country and sort out your own country first? First of all, we're not bombing every country. Second of all, we are sorting out our own country. We can chew gum and walk at the same time. If you can't, bro, then that's on you, bro. I'm sorry about you, bro. Like, you got to go figure your shit out.
To do otherwise.
No matter the pressure to do otherwise. And of course, apparently, President Trump, as he said, has plunged the region into chaos. So what he doesn't understand is that the region has been in chaos since 1979, when the Islamic Republic was established, and nobody has been safe ever since over the last few decades. We can go to Bushehr in the south in Iran, as there's been a round of airstrikes targeting the Islamic Republic's army ammunition depot.
Jonocell says that's UK's tampon Tim Walsh. Yeah, exactly. Dude, this guy is sitting around with his sitting on his hands while his country is getting devoured by radical Islam. Keir Starmer, the guy you see on your screen, is sitting around watching watching radical Islam just completely take over and dismantle UK and turn it. It's an Islamic state at this point.
Let's go to the south.
Their actions speak louder than words. Look, they're not helping their longtime friends, the United States, which backed them up through thick and thin. They're choosing not to help them because they don't want to offend their Muslim friends. Can you believe that?
Massive targeting. Oh yeah, all their ammo's gone in the south. Dubai is under attack again, ladies and gentlemen. Get more updates in a second.
Yeah, Random is exactly right, man. He's helping them take over his own country, bro. I hope UK can get a handle on that, but it seems like it's too far gone. I know we keep talking about that, but a lot of people don't know what's happening in the UK. In US, a lot of us are in our own bubble and we don't understand what's happening. And plus CNN and all these MSN, all this stuff that people actually, all these liberals watch, they don't see this stuff. They don't see all the stuff going on. It's crazy.
Disappointing, his performance, having to do with our tremendous attack on a hostile nation. He should be giving us, without question or hesitation, things like bases where we can use others. I was very surprised at Keir, very disappointed. I get along with him fine, but he sometimes doesn't do things that he should be doing. President Trump also put pressure on the Spanish government, and the Spanish government have decided to surrender because he did say that we have a lot of winners, but Spain is a loser. The UK has been very disappointing. Spain is very hostile to NATO, has always been. They don't pay their way. They are the only one that voted against the 5% payment, and they are very hostile to everyone. Following this, the Spanish government have decided to basically say, okay, we listen.
Look at this person. Free Palestine. If you're still saying free Palestine, you got to go get your brain checked out, bro.
We are going to send our resources, defense capabilities to the region alongside the French and also the brilliant Italians. The European Union Foreign Policy Chief as well, Callas, came and said even the European Union are massively attacking the IRGC, saying, we are seeing the same drones, the Shahid suicide drones that were used in Kiev, being used in the Middle East.
Of course, our first priority is also the safety of our citizens that are currently in the region. We are organizing the response, and we are organizing our people out of the region. We are really coordinating the consular services. And then what we see in the Middle East, we see...
Guys, I have Crockett. I don't know if this is her after she lost her
Good morning,
primary.
I know it's super early.
You guys asked for Crockett, so here you go. This is Jasmine Crockett. Her sound is out.
Excited. You made me, as I was out on the trail, working to stretch people's imaginations. It's clear that we still have a lot of work to do, even within our party, about making sure that
if you guys aren't aware, Jasmine Crockett lost her seat. So she's not getting reelected. She's not getting her seat back. So she's lost. Let's see if it's...
We invest in kind of just doing the right thing sometimes. It's all good, though. No matter what, whether it's Kim Paxton or John Cornyn, anyone would be better. I'm just saying. So, again, I just wanted to say thank you specifically to the people of Dallas County. I love you so very much, and I woke up still heartbroken about everything that took place. I've got your emails, we received your phone calls about all of the confusion and the many people that just didn't get to vote. We have to fix this going forward. We should not have people being disenfranchised in 2026,
she's
even
gone,
in Texas,
bro. She's gone.
Specifically,
goodbye.
In a Democratic county.
Na, 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 na.
It breaks my heart.
Na, 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 na.
At the end of the day, we are about to file a lawsuit so that we could keep the lines open. The county party chair got it done before we did, and the judge did the right thing. Texas Supreme Court stepped in. So I just wanted to say again, thank you. I am back to work. I am proud to serve Texas 30.
Goodbye. Wow, bro. She got crushed.
actually the same.
She
drones.
got crushed. She got crushed. Let's go over to my Instagram. How about we look at my Instagram real quick, see what my feed looks like. You guys want to see that? You guys want to see Instagram real quick? How about that? Should we look at some of the... Here, let's go to my feed just for fun. I'm going to refresh this. Let's take a look at what this looks like, okay?
Of who might replace them, and do you think there may be a reasonable option the majority of Iranians might be able to get behind?
That's absolutely a great question, because everybody's concern is that Iran turns into another Libya or Afghanistan or Iraq. But Iran is different. Iran has continuity to the crown prince, the son of the former Shah of Iran. Reza Pahlavi is the leading.
So we're talking about that. Okay. Here is a... Here, to save time, Iran appoints a supreme leader who is already dead. This was a good one, guys. I got to say, this was a fantastic one. She's out and to never return. Yep. That was for Jasmine Crockett is out and will never return, guys. Her lies weren't going to work forever. Absolutely.
Bring it back. Bigger and better.
Yep. The world owes this man a thank you. Okay, let's see. So this is the guy that just replaced Secretary Noam. So Senator Mark Wayne Mullen to replace Kristi Noem as Secretary of Homeland Security. Okay, guys, this is the new person that's running Homeland Security as of today. This just happened. Okay. Let's see. This person says, I hope you never have to know the sheer desperation of a people praying to be bombed. Yeah, if you guys...
Tecnologia! Tecnologia! Tecnologia!
So, Random says Mullen is from Oklahoma. That's where Random is. Yeah, right on, man. With a name like Mark Wayne, that is Oklahoma all day. Yes, sir. I love it. Imagine, bro. That's so good. I love it. I love it. Let's see what else we got.
Failing. Cuba right now is to put it.
Okay, this is great, and I'm excited for Cuba because Cuba has been under a tyrannical dictatorship, crazy regime as well. We all know for years. We've all been just kind of watching it take place, and there's times when we've tried to do something about it, but I think Trump is actually going to do something about it. Check it out.
Mildly a failing nation, and I've been hearing about Cuba. I said before, since I'm a little boy, I've been hearing about Cuba, and everybody wanted to change, and I can see that happening. Marco Rubio is dealing on it, and at a very high level, and, you know, they have no money, they have no oil, they have no food, and it's really right now a nation in deep trouble, and they want our help. Doing very badly. They're failing. Cuba right now is...
So you guys know, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who's on the right side of your screen here, he is Cuban. And Trump just said since he was a kid, he heard about Cuba. We've all known about Cuba. You know, you're born and raised out here in America. You know what's been going on with Cuba. And I think Cuba is next to be liberated. Imagine if Cuba becomes liberated, man. That's another... like just a absolutely wonderful thing to happen to our planet, to our world. I'm blown away. That'd be so cool. The Stop the War crowd never asked Khamenei to stop the war against his own people.
That is a B-2 stealth bomber. The chief told us this thing was going to come by today and fly around the carrier. A morale boost for sailors. Not far from Iran right now. There's a lot going on. Now
Cuba está dispuesta a un diálogo con los Estados Unidos, a un diálogo sobre cualquiera de los temas que se quiera debatir o dialogar. ¿Con qué?
There's a thing where, someone was posting, they said, may Allah protect him. This is the Supreme Leader Khamenei, and the bottom of it's obvious Allah did not protect him. I don't know if this is real. I think this is not real. But this is some kind of a breaking, I guess, breaking news. It says here, the U.S. sends in B-52 bomber aircrafts to bomb Iran, not the stealth bombers, the older big B-52s. That means Iran's air defense system have been totally obliterated, which we know has taken place.
What is a woman? Have you learned that lesson? Do you know what a woman is?
I'm the governor of Minnesota, Congressman.
You know what
I'm not here to be your prop for your obsession.
So
I
if you
taught middle
can't
school, your
define what a
obsession.
woman is, you certainly can't define what fraud is. If you can't even define what a woman is, you can't define fraud. Are you governor of Minnesota?
I know 400,000 were cut out of health care last week by the actions you made.
Are you governor of Minnesota?
I am.
And you don't know the number of children residing in Minnesota?
I don't have the specific number. It's 5.7 million.
That's your total population.
What is your age? What is the age? 0 to 5? 0 to 19?
You have approximately 1.2 million children in Minnesota.
What
I'm not
age?
even governor of South Carolina. Our population in South Carolina is 5.5 million. We have approximately 1.1 million children under the age of 18 in my home state of South Carolina, okay? As governor, I expect you to know this information. Thank God you're not vice president of the United States.
Oh, my God. Thank
Governor
God.
Walz, what is a woman? Have you learned that lesson? Do you know what a woman is?
What's up, bud?
I'm the governor of Minnesota, Congressman.
Do you know what a woman is?
All right. Now, okay, we're going to go. Let's see. What does it say? We just witnessed the greatest energy coup in human history. Trump ended China's access to 45% of the world's oil reserve and redirected $20 trillion to American soil. Wow.
All I can say.
Should we see what this says? Let's see. We'll take this with a grain of salt. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. China imports 70% of its oil, the lifeblood of every AI data center, manufacturing plant, military. 45% of oil reserves are in Venezuela, Saudi Arabia, Iran. Wow. Wow. And guess 2 countries on that list? We just handled that, dude. China built energy independence through Iran and Venezuela. They did. And then we went in and said, I'll take that. And we freed the people. We freed 90 million people in the country of Iran, bro. Can you believe that? That's insane. I never thought this would happen in my lifetime, guys. I never thought it would happen in my lifetime. I am American of Persian descent, and I know very well how much the people in Iran have been suffering for 47 years. And I can't believe it's actually happened in my lifetime that we've freed the people of Iran. It's still happening, but it's we're in the process right now.
Is there's no other country on earth that is so threatened by others. And I also want to say something. We're doing the work of the world, the hard, tough work of neutralizing genocidal regimes from acquiring nuclear weapons. Look at Iran right now. They've shot at the Saudis, at Bahrain, at the Emirates, at Kuwait, at Jordan, even at Cyprus in Europe. They're shooting everyone that didn't even shoot them. So
thank you, bro. Appreciate it, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
just
Appreciate
imagine if now they had intercontinental ballistic missiles with a nuclear warhead. So instead of thanking Israel for doing this tough, thankless job, everyone's condemning us. So that's okay. We're used to being condemned by the world, but I will not apologize for defending the world and doing everyone else's hard job. We should be thanked, not condemned. All I can say is there's no other country on earth.
Look at what Dennis is saying here. He says, my career job at Boeing building jetliners for 18 years was eliminated and given to China. Sorry to hear that, buddy, man. But hey, Trump is here, bro. He's bringing them back.
To the people of Iran, I am sorry. I am sorry that your suffering only matters when it fits a narrative. As we've seen the murderous and oppressive Islamic regime killing over 40,000 people in the last 2 months alone. Protesters, civilians, just people demanding freedom. And the so-called human rights world, you know, the people who claim to care so deeply about innocent lives, well, they were completely silent. no mass outrage.
Hi guys. I don't know if there's a language barrier between us Iranians outside and inside of Iran with the people who are protesting against this attack on Iran. But I want to make certain things very clear. Us Iranians inside and outside of Iran are not misunderstanding your protest against this attack as your support for us. We know it's not. All you're doing is proving how much anti-Trump and anti-Israel you are. So that doesn't make you a humanitarian. That just makes you somebody who's trying to push their own political agenda.
Correct.
So keep moving because you're not doing anything for us.
Correct. So all you guys that are just saying anti-war and anti-this and anti-that, it's not just anti-war, but anti-going in to liberate Iran and all that. Dude, you guys are just anti-Trump and anti-Jewish. Pure and simple. All of the retards that are out there fighting back and pushing back and holding up flags of the Islamic regime and holding up the picture of the Ayatollah Khomeini, you guys are all anti-Trump and anti-Israel. And you guys are pro-Islam. You guys are completely mentally captured. And it's disgusting to see you guys do that. You guys do that and you ruin the whole movement for humanity. You guys act like you're out there for humanity when in fact everyone can see that you are out there because you've been brainwashed to be anti-Israel. And you know, when you have no idea what's going on in the Middle East, even if we ask any of you questions about it, you could not even answer any questions. And then you're anti-Trump. And you're pushing. You've made all the wrong moves to make people know that you are actually not part of a real humanitarian movement. You're not. And actually, you made a humanitarian movement look bad for people that are actually caring about humans and worried about the killings and the sufferings of people around the world. You guys ruined a lot of that for people. You made it look bad, and it's disgusting. You guys are horrible people. And, you know, it's crazy. Just like how you guys within a span of 2 years or 1.5 years, they call it 2 years, you made calling people Hitler meaningless. You made calling people Nazis meaningless. Your TDS, Trump is all you think about. Exactly. You made it meaningless. And you've just the way you've ruined the weight behind calling someone Hitler. You took the weight out of it, right? You took the weight out of this humanitarian movement that you supposedly are marching for. And it's just it's laughable, to be honest with you. It's laughable because you guys are a bunch of clowns running around. I can go on and on, but it's just crazy. The same people that want men in women's restrooms, that want men to beat up women in sports and all that kind of stuff, you completely expose yourselves.
You're also the same people who are pro-Palestinian.
What up, Danny?
You weren't really standing up for the people of Palestine. All you were doing is you were standing up against Israel. That doesn't make you a humanitarian activist, by the way.
Oh, someone makes a good point. Someone in the chat, thank you for reminding me to mention this to you guys. I was sitting down with someone yesterday who I felt had a really good grasp on U.S. politics and geopolitics. And that person was like, man, it's interesting, what's happening with Iran and, because most of the country is Muslim. And I said, wait, what did you say? He goes, yeah, most of the country is Muslim and what's going to happen after all this? And I go, who told you most of the country is Muslim? He goes, well, it's, and he I don't remember what he said, but then I had to ask him, I said, what percentage of Iran do you think is Muslim? And let's see, does anybody in the chat want to take a shot at what percentage you think is Muslim? What percentage of Iran do you guys think is Muslim? like the people in Iran, what percentage of them are actually Muslim? Now, I kind of gave it away by saying it's not, what he thought it was. Lots of numbers here, okay? I see 20%, 75%, 60%, 40%, 30%, 5%. Okay, a lot of different numbers. Okay? 10% on this side, 33%. Okay. So some people say 30%. The percentage of people in Iran, the actual Iranians, the people of Iran, the percentage of the people of Iran who are actually Muslim is somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 20%. And when I say 20%, I think that is on the high side, very high side. The only polls that come out from Iran that have a higher number is because you cannot be non-Muslim in that country. That country is a Muslim country that is forced. It forces Muslim on people. And if you say you're not Muslim, you're in trouble. So, but again, I'm American of Iranian descent. My parents came from Iran and gave birth to me here in California. And I have lots of Iranian friends and lots. I've been in this my whole life, okay? And because of what I do, obviously, I'm in touch with lots of Iranians and I understand this. And I've seen polls and I've seen real polls and I've seen fake polls and I've seen government polls and I've seen actual real polls. All of the real polls that are out there, which is obvious to all of us Iranians, is 10 to 20% of the people of Iran are actually Muslim. 80 to 90% of Iranians want nothing to do with Islam. Zero. You guys are going to see when this bombing and this war, and when we're done getting rid of the Islamic regime, tyrannical government of Iran, you're going to see one of the first countries in the history of our planet that will openly reject Islam. Openly reject Islam. It will be the first that will say, we don't want Islam. Yeah. You guys Iranians, I see a lot of Iranians know the right numbers and they're saying it. One person says, I have tons of family in Iran. It's 10% Muslim. I think my personal thing is when this is all done, and if you did, let's say everything is done and we got rid of this regime and we did a poll 1 year later, it will be less than 10%. I think it's less than 10%. I need to turn my mic down. I'm peaking. How's that? Hello, test. Okay. It will be still peaking. It will be less than 10%. It will be less than 10%. Yep. Some people are saying, what makes you think bombing a country? What makes you think we're not bombing the country? We're bombing the government that has been keeping the country in a jail. That's what we're doing. And you guys that are Muslim, that are mad at Trump and mad at Israel and mad at Americans and mad at Iranians for wanting to become free from Islamic regime, it's because you're Muslim, bro. It's because you're Muslim, bro. And you like death and destruction. And if you're a real Muslim and you really go by your book of Islam, you believe you should hurt people who are not Muslim. If you actually are real, true Muslim, and you go by your book, let me go to a different screen so you can see my face more clearly, bro, so I could say it right to your face on the big one. There you go. If you're a real Muslim, because I see some of you in the chat saying, "Oh, why do you? It's not. Don't do. Why do you think bombing a country is going to help?" If you're mad that we're removing the Islamic regime government from Iran, it's because you are a real Muslim who is a terrorist, who wants a government like the Islamic regime to be around to perpetuate more terror around the whole world. And you're a loser for wanting that for anybody, anybody on our planet. Horrible, 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 horrible. And for those of you that are real Muslims, you believe that first and foremost, this is no Muslim that knows their book. If you know your book, you know that for sure. If you're a real Muslim, and there are other people that were Muslim and they decided not to be Muslim anymore, you know that your book tells you to harm those people and kill those people. You know that. You know that. And there's nothing you can do to argue against that, because that is 100% specific in your book. And on a lesser degree, you can harm people who just are not Muslim. Not that they were Muslim and now they're not. They just weren't. They're just not Muslim. So that's something you guys have to contend with as Muslims. And quite frankly, the world is done contending with it, bro. We're done. We're done dealing with the bullshit. We're done dealing with you guys spending all of the money of all the country's money. You take it away from the people you're supposed to be helping, your own citizens of your country, and spend it on terror. That's a disaster. So glad I could put that on your screen nice and clear for you. Good, 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 good. Let's keep going. This is fun. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Sorry. There's another part. They just remind. Thank you. S7S. Yes, thank you, bro. Thank you. He says, don't forget about the pedo part of Islam. Totally forgot about that. You also believe in your book that it's okay to marry 9-year-old kids and to touch 9-year-old kids. And to do all kinds of crazy things. Yeah, random. Sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I got caught up while I was looking at different chats. You said that 4 times. Sorry, bro. My bad. My bad. You did. Sorry, dude. Sorry, random. So, you guys have a lot to contend with. You guys have a lot to do. You guys have a lot of looking in the mirror. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. And here's the funny part. I grew up in Southern California, and I grew up non-Muslim. I grew up non-religious. If anything, I should be Muslim because of my great-grandfather or something, who may have been Muslim. I don't even know. But in Iran, you're supposed to be Muslim, and I'm not. And my parents were not. My parents are not cool with Islam. And their parents were not, I should say my mom's side, were not cool with Islam. My dad's side, they were Muslim, actually. And I forgot what I was going to say. But I was supposed to be Muslim, and I'm not. And I'm so glad I'm not. I'm so glad, bro. What a disaster. Here's what I was going to say. I grew up non-Muslim, and I actually went to mosques to see what it's all about. I had Muslim friends growing up. I grew up in Southern California, and I grew up as a Middle East, of Middle Eastern descent. So, I hung out with Arabs, I hung out with Persians, I hung out with Palestinians, hung out with Iraqis, and I went to mosque with Muslim Arab friends that I had when I was a kid growing up. And I saw a lot of this stuff, man. I saw a lot of it. you know? So they play it cool. They feed people and they do this and that. And then they sneak in the little things of, you know, this is what you're supposed to do. Oh, I want to show you guys this. Watch this. Watch this. Let me show you something real quick. Look at this. This is crazy. I saved this. And it's a school that's being funded by the state. Schools that are being funded by the state. Look at this.
What kind of things are you finding?
Well, we found some clear, in a school in Birmingham, we found some very, very rigid segregation that meant that boys were always put ahead of girls for everything. Children literally didn't see each other. We found some books in the library that were saying men can beat their wives, provided they don't leave their mark, and that women aren't entitled to refuse sex to their husbands.
And this is the
Did you hear that? In the UK, state-sponsored Islamic schools are teaching children that men can beat their women, and they're teaching them that women cannot refuse sex from their men. In the UK, paid for by the UK citizens. The people of the UK are paying for this. Let's listen to that one more time.
What kind of things are you finding?
Well, we found some clear, in a school in Birmingham, we found some very, very rigid segregation that meant that boys were always put ahead of girls for everything. Children literally didn't see each other. We found some books in the library that were saying men can beat their wives, provided they don't leave their mark, and that women aren't entitled to refuse sex to their husbands.
And this is the Al-Hijra Islamic school in Birmingham that you're referring to?
Yes, but this is a community school. It's a state-funded community school, theoretically for all children. So it's a real problem because you talk about this
Random.
and
Okay, I'll
people
check it.
cover it briefly and then it's as though it had never happened. People are very, very reluctant to talk about the very difficult issues that some of these cases.
What kind of things are you finding?
Well, we found some clear, in a school in Birmingham, we found some very, very rigid segregation that meant that boys were always put ahead of girls for everything. Children literally didn't see each other. We found some books in the.
Let's see what Abtine says. By the way, I support Abtine.
You find people that are just sick and tired of Islam. In fact, there's 10 million underground Christians in Iran. I myself am a Christian. I converted. I got baptized over last summer. But let me tell you one example. There was a Sharia court in Afghanistan where Sharia courts are legal. There was a gentleman who, and I say the term gentleman loosely, he was married to his wife, and his wife had a 14-year-old sister or cousin. He rapes the 14-year-old cousin and makes her pregnant. Goes to Sharia court, and the Sharia court doesn't rule against him for rape. It rules against the 14-year-old why she enticed him to rape. So they charged her, and then now he has two wives, one from rape. And this is what Sharia court is. This is what Sharia, and by the way, women is worth, in matters of probate, women are worth half as much as.
Okay, I gotta get out. He's saying the grape too much. Random, are you talking about the DM, bro? I got it. Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool. All right, let's keep going. How about this?
Let's make no mistake.
He says, make no mistake, we're doing nuclear stuff only for peaceful things. Okay, watch this. Here we go from the beginning.
Let's make no mistake. There was no imminent threat from Iran. Our nuclear program is exclusively peaceful.
We are 2 months away from enriching weapons-grade uranium to be used for peaceful purposes.
Oh man, they put music on it. Damn it. I hate that. Here we go. Let's look at this. So it says here, I honestly cannot believe Iranians are out celebrating in the streets right now. It's like they don't even care, or worse, haven't even considered how this makes liberal women feel. Man, these Iranians, I can't believe they're celebrating the liberation of their own country without considering how liberal women are going to feel about all this. White liberal women. Man, that's horrible. They should have consulted white liberal women. You want a good explanation? I think this is a good explanation. If I remember correctly, I'm going to play this. So listen to this. Watch.
You can't be for a free Iran and free Palestine at the same time. In fact, they are opposing causes. If you are for a free Palestine, you are against a free Iran and freedom in general. That's why those protesting against the war with Iran are glorifying Khamenei while waving Palestinian flags and wearing terrorist keffiyehs. But why? Why would a movement for Palestinian freedom be against another people seeking freedom? Because, and here's the key, Free Palestine is not a freedom movement. It's a Muslim conquest movement disguised as an indigenous liberation movement, relying on a carefully constructed and seductive narrative of oppression using language of colonialism and apartheid and white supremacy and whatever other buzzword is necessary to emotionally manipulate Western audiences to sympathize with the Islamic expansionist oppressors hell-bent on the genocide of Jews and the destruction of the free world while making it look like justice. Free Palestine is a call to erase the liberal democracy Israel and replace it with a Sharia-ruled Muslim state called Palestine, while Free Iran is a call to dismantle a Sharia-ruled Muslim state and establish a liberal democracy. They are not the same. The Arab and Muslim supremacists who strategically branded themselves as Palestinians are against the war with the Islamic regime in Iran because they are supported and funded by them. They are a project.
Correct. A lot of you guys don't know that. You're welcome to do your own searches on your own chat GPTs and wherever else you want to search it. But here's a fact that you can search and see for yourself. Qatar, the Muslim country of Qatar, is the #1 international funder of all of our higher universities and all of our universities in America. By the way, just saw Min. Thank you. What's up, Min? And I also saw State Line. What's up, buddy? Good to have you, man. I was doing late night streams. I know a lot of you guys can't get on there. But Min, is that true? Is it done? We actually 100% are in Texas. It's in law now that they can't do Sharia law, period. That's done? That's awesome if it is.
Of the Islamic regime. And if the
Nice, dude. Nice. Love to hear that, man.
Islamic regime crumbles, so does their entire facade. And Palestine is nothing more than a brilliantly designed human rights scam deployed by the Islamists to erode global support for Israel and America while stealing billions of our aid dollars through fake genocides and massacres that they orchestrate. Free Iran exposed the Palestinian death cult. You can't be for a free Iran and free Palestine at the same time.
Yeah, the big thing that we all know is it's very clear. If Trump says he's going to do something, the liberals are going to be against it. When Trump said he wants to help Iranians, of course, everyone that has TDS is totally against it. When Netanyahu says he wants to help Iran, guess what? Everyone in the whole world is against it. Why? Because Muslims have been paying to propagandize the whole world to hate Jews. That's what's happened. Now, I know that there's this whole thing about, Jews own the banking system and own this system, and it's been this conspiracy or kind of thing. I know there's that kind of thing out there. But separate from that, Muslims have been spending all of their money to, instead of actually doing military war and using equipment to go physical war like that, they're using propaganda. They're basically they're spending their money. They found out it's way better. They spend their money on brainwashing liberals and people on the left to do whatever they want. And so they spend their money, instead of making weapons, they write words, and they use that to convince liberals to hate Jews. And when Netanyahu comes out and says, we're going to help Iran, they all of a sudden are way against helping Iran. They're way against getting rid of the Islamic regime. When Trump comes and follows up and says they that he will help Iran. Now they even more so don't want the Islamic regime to go down, more so don't want to free Iran. That's all it is. And now that it's happened, guess what? You have 100+ million Iranians around the globe who will forever be grateful to Trump and who will be forever grateful to Jews and Israel and Netanyahu, and will be forever grateful to the men and women of the armed forces of both America and Israel. Watch what happens. Watch how many Iranians are going to try so hard. They're going to do whatever they can to be part of the greatest military in the world, or the second greatest military in the world, both America and Israel. Watch how many Iranians, I'm telling you right now, watch how many Iranians will forever be grateful. Well, we already know that we're now, if everything stopped now, we will still be forever grateful to Trump and Netanyahu and America and Israel and the American men and women in the armed forces and the Israeli armed forces. Forever grateful. If it's everything stopped right now and nothing else happened, we will forever be grateful. And there's nothing any of you liberals or people on the left can do about that. Nothing. There's no propaganda. There's no signs you can hold up. There's no color you can paint your hair. There's no number of rings you can put in your nose. None of that. You can transition to a cow and it won't. You can transition to anything you want. You'll never take that away. That is forever. Thank you for the sub. I saw someone said, love your message. New sub here. Thank you, Laura. Laura Ann. Thank you. Glad to have you, Laura Ann. Forever, the purple and green woman. Thank you. Yes, forever. We're forever grateful. Eat that, you lefties. Exactly, Kimberly. Forever grateful. Iranians are going to be are now the absolute die-hard partners of Americans, the American military, Trump, people that are on the right side, conservative side, that were outspoken and wanting this for them, helping them, supporting them along the way, pushing the message that, hey, we're suffering, we need help to become free. Thank you to everyone that has helped, everyone that has been part of that. Liberals did not want this. They want to make less. They want to take people away from Trump and take them to their side. They're spending all of their money. Look at my big text. Stop with the caps. Oh, is it me? You're asking me to look at it? Oh, yeah. So, here's the crazy part is, dude, you could have won us over by supporting us yourself, man. Why didn't you do that? You could have won us over. You could have said, dude, we're liberal and we're down. This is a humanitarian thing. But your TDS is terminal. There's nothing that can help your TDS. Your TDS completely blocked your rationale, anything rational. All you had to do was easy. Support a humanitarian cause. People were being killed in Iran by their own government, and you because of your TDS, you said, no, don't help them. Free Palestine, but don't free Iran. You see how stupid that sounds to you when I say it like that? Free Palestine, but don't free Iran. You see how dumb you sound? That's how stupid you are. Free Palestine, don't free Iran. That is you made the biggest fools of yourself. I thought you guys made the biggest fools of yourself when you're running around doing all this crazy stuff, these parades and doing these naked parades and transgender, this, that, and all this kind of stuff you guys are doing and fighting to get men into women's bathrooms and fighting to get men to fight women in sport and all this stuff. I thought that was dumb. I thought that was retard shit. But this is like a very clear exposure. Very, very, very clear to see. Very obvious. It's actually sad. It's very sad. Well, let's go and let's continue. We got more stuff.
Freeing the Iranian people from this Islamist regime that has held them hostage since the 1970s and killed their children is a human rights obligation. While Iranians are celebrating on the streets of Tehran, they're celebrating in New York, they're celebrating in Washington, D.C., the prospect of their own freedom. We have Democrats, we have human rights pundits, we have left-wing media have the arrogance to call the attack against Iran a human rights violation. And those same people who are criticizing President Trump right now, like you said, were silent when over 30,000 Iranian civilians were slaughtered, when women were subjected to mass rape and their bodies were mutilated, when children are murdered and their dying bodies left to freeze in morgues. These people were absolutely silent. How arrogant of them. And I have yet to hear a coherent argument from the left as to why taking down the Iranian regime is wrong, other than I hate Trump and I hate Israel. Freeing the Iranian...
She said it beautifully. We have yet to hear a coherent argument from the left as to why they don't want to free Iran, other than their TDS, their hate for Trump and their hate for Israel. We have yet to hear it. We have yet to hear that.
And people from this Islamist regime that...
She said it very well. This was funny.
An Austrian-born public servant and amateur artist passed away.
Oh, we got music in the background. She's making fun of him.
Khamenei is dead, though. We are so happy. Khamenei is dead.
Look at the Muslims not happy. They're going So here's this thing that I'm about to play. It shows Muslims going to basically to the funeral, or they're going to cry because Khamenei, the Ayatollah supreme leader, was killed. They're going to cry over it, and these guys are happy. Actual Iranians are happy, but Muslim Pakistanis are not, and that's who they're making fun of them. Look.
Khamenei is dead, though. We are so happy. Khamenei is dead. The other side. Here we are partying for death of Khamenei, you know. If you're gonna cry, you need to go other side. We are so happy Khamenei is dead. Food is ready. Yeah, Ratali is dead. Yay, Ratali.
He says we're partying for him being dead, being killed. Yeah. This is interesting. This was a turn of events that I didn't see. I didn't see John Kennedy saying what he said about Noam right here.
A fifth to $250 million of taxpayer money when we're scratching for every penny and we're fighting over rescission packages. I just can't agree with Madam Secretary. The president approved ahead of time you spending $220 million running TV ads across the country in which you are featured prominently.
Yes, sir. We went through the legal processes, did it correctly,
did the president
worked with
know you were gonna do
OMB.
this?
Yes.
He did.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I mean, to me, it puts the president in a terribly awkward spot. And I'm not saying you're not telling the truth. It's just hard for me to believe. Knowing the president, as I do, that you said, Mr. President, here's some ads I've cut, and I'm going to...
Anyway, people are upset with how Kristi Noem operated. And she's no longer there, guys. She's no longer there.
The facts are your leadership, and really your lack of leadership, has been responsible for one of the largest ripoffs of the American taxpayer in our history. And you traded, I believe, political expediency, the currency of political expediency, for your integrity. And, you know, Mr. Chairman, I don't know if you know this, but it's been widely reported that in 2008, when Barack Obama was choosing his vice presidential candidate, he had 3 criteria. He wanted to make sure he picked somebody that wasn't as smart as him and had less talent and charisma and couldn't possibly outshine him. So he picked Joe Biden. And then Joe Biden in 2020 used the exact same criteria. He wanted to make sure he picked somebody who wasn't as smart as him, had less talent and charisma, and wouldn't outshine him. And he picked Kamala Harris. And then in 2024, Governor, I think it's very evident why Kamala Harris picked you. The talent pool, Mr. Chairman, the talent pool isn't just shallow, brother. We have hit the shore, and I yield back. The facts are you.
Wow, I gotta make a clip out of that. Okay, guys, I'm gonna take this and let me copy link, and I'm going to make a clip out of that. So let me put that over here, and I'm going to show you guys a couple of my last reels that did really well, and then we're going to bounce, and I'm going to go to the gym, get my workout, and then I'm going to come back on and be with you guys again tonight. Those of you that are listening, go work out too. You should be working out. You should be exercising. You do something with yourself. You know, get some movement, get some sweat, maybe go do some lifting. I don't know what, but do something. If you don't have a gym membership, do some push-ups before you take showers. Do your sit-ups. Do something, bro. Do something. It's healthy for you. It's good for you. It's good for your brain.
Something with you.
Oh, let me show you this real quick. This is nuts. I should clip this too, but watch this. Watch this.
Something with you. It looked terrifying, didn't it? But for us, every missile means something different. For us, each one is revenge for the brothers and sisters this regime killed, for decades of executions, for the dreams this regime crushed, for the girls this regime abused for years, for the political prisoners kept in the darkest cells, for the young people who are no longer beside us, for the mothers who buried their children, for the fathers who held their tears until no one was watching, for the students beaten in their own universities, for the kisses given in fear, for the last messages sent before the internet went dark. For years, millions had to say goodbye to home and build a life far from everything they loved. But do you know what is truly terrifying? A regime that can kill at least 32,000 people in a short time, and the world barely covers it. Terrifying is watching so-called human rights representatives shake hands with those who something with you.
All right, let's take a look at a couple here. We're going to go back. So these are some that I saved. Let's go to my profile. Okay, here we are. Couple of my all-time best videos I've ever done. So I'm going to go to, let me go to this screen right here. So these are some of the best ones that are just so good right now.
How many refugees
You guys have heard
has
this.
Poland taken?
Hold on, you guys have heard this if you've been on my show. Let's just play it real quick. You see this one.
How many refugees has Poland taken?
0.
And you're proud of that?
If you're asking me about Muslims' illegal immigration, none, not even one will come to Poland. Not even one if it's illegal. We took over 2 million Ukrainians who are working, who are peaceful in Poland. We will not receive even one Muslim because this is what we promised.
But I asked not about illegal immigrants, I asked about refugees. And Jean-Claude Juncker, the Commission President, says that you're racist. You sound proud of the fact that you haven't taken any refugees.
Of course, because this is what our people are expecting from our government. That's number one. This is why our government was elected. But this is why Poland is so safe. This is the reason why we had not even one terrorist attack. Look at the streets in Poland. And we can be called populists, nationalists, racists. I don't care. I care about my family and about my country.
How many?
You're damn right. We got that one. Another one. I did an update here. So the son of the Ayatollah has become the supreme leader, and we're hearing that he may be out too. Yes, beautiful Bill. I thank you, bro. I love that clip, man. It's so good. It's so good. Yes, guys. Okay, this is more Iranians dancing and enjoying the fact that they're being liberated. I'm going to cut the music because it's a little bit up. I don't know if it's going to be copyright or not. This is the sentiment of Iranians. All Iranians right now are celebrating the fact that America and Israel are liberating them finally after 50 years. And this is the sentiment. This is how all Iranians feel. Now, yes, we're sad for the people that are losing their lives and for what's happening, but we have to celebrate our wins in the moment when we have those wins, and we continue and keep progressing with this liberation that's taking place. This is awesome.
Leader of Iran. Who would you like to see be the next leader of Iran?
Reza Pahlavi for sure. He's the best candidate.
Pahlavi. His dad did a great job, and I'm sure he's going to be great. You know,
this is not the one I was thinking, but that is what we want. Reza Pahlavi. This is me celebrating. That was, and I did a lot more celebrating. This is me celebrating in a restaurant. Yep. And so guys, I think that's good. I think that's a good place to stop for today. Thank you so much for joining, guys. That was great. I'm glad to have some of you guys back, State Line and Random and everybody else, and good to have you guys, bro. That was a good quick. That's an hour and a half. And okay, Random, we'll do this. Okay, you got it, but we'll do that. I'll do that before I go to the what's it called, to the gym. Guys, I'm going to go to the gym. You should too, okay? Love you guys. Get in shape. Keep your mind right. Keep your body right. We're living in a wonderful time to be alive, man. Stay alive a little longer. Let's be around. Let's hang out, man. We're all alive at the same time. It's a wonderful time. It's a great time. It's fantastic. You got to have political will. You know, there's a lot of hate and stuff coming from, you know, the left and all this stuff. They hate themselves. They hate their country. They hate their, they hate anything right now. And if Qatar told them to hate anything, they'll do whatever Qatar tells them to do. And so it's just a sad story. But thank you for subbing, Bevis. Everybody, thank you guys so much. See you guys very soon. See ya. Bye.